What's going on, YouTube? So here are some common symptoms of alcohol overdose. All right, and first and foremost, if you ever see somebody with any of these symptoms, or a combination of a couple of these symptoms, get them some help. Okay, don't ignore it. Don't promote them to continue to drink. It's not a good idea. All right, you would want somebody to help you no matter how drunk you were. So it's kind of one of those deals. So these symptoms, they're kind of like alcohol poisoning, but overdose is a little bit more serious. You can live from it, you can die from it, but there's a fine line, all right? And the quicker you can get some help and get attention from the hospital, the more likely you're gonna make it through with that. So some of these symptoms, continuing to vomit, like nonstop vomiting, all right? And this can be dangerous because when you drink a ton of alcohol, it slows your breathing down, depresses your respiratory system, which, you can also just stop breathing from that. But when you're sleeping, your gag reflex kind of shuts down and you can start puking and choke on your own vomit. So it's one of those situations where you got to keep an eye on somebody, or just if they're showing some severe symptoms of poisoning, you need to just go ahead and take them to the hospital, because thousands of people die each year from this. It's pretty bad. A stupor, okay? Somebody that's basically, they're like conscious, they're like looking at you, but they're not there really, okay? They're just kind of just looking around. I've seen it a million times at parties, just people that just have literally no idea where they are. They're just kind of walking around. That's at the very least, that's some alcohol poisoning right there, okay? They're completely blacked out. They need some help, all right? You need to give them some attention. Seizures, convulsions, these things can happen also. But the biggest one is when it comes to the overdose, it's just you have really depressed your respiratory system. It is harder for you to maintain, a beating heart. It's hard for you to continue to breathe. It has depressed it so much that it basically just kind of shuts down and stops. And this is unfortunate, and many of us, don't ever let somebody just go to sleep or sleep it off, okay? And I know a lot of you don't want to be that guy that does this, but it's just not safe. And at the very minimum, keep an eye on them for a long period of time. 'Cause I had a bad experience with this. First time I got really, really drunk in college is really, really bad. I drank all night. It was just a nightmare. Next day I woke up, I had new sheets and new clothes on, and my roommates were like, well, welcome to the day, Trey. You've been sleeping all. I was like, gosh, I've been sleeping all day. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, they told me that I started throwing up in the middle of the night. And I was just throwing up, and it was coming up, and I was like choking on it, and they had to get me over and flip me over and beat on my back, and then they had to shower me and all this stuff. It's just a nightmare. Like, if they weren't there, who knows? I could have like choked on my own vomit. And one of the most horrible things, memories. I don't have any technically a memory of it, but it's I hate to think about it and look back at that. So, do yourself a favor. Don't drink to excess, all right? And if you see anybody else showing any of these symptoms, get after it. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're keeping an eye on them, or get some medical attention. So thank you for watching this video. Like this video. Leave me a comment down below if I'm leaving any symptoms out that you know. And subscribe to my channel, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good evening.